to blame, I'll tell you who to blame, right? I'll show you who to blame. Look upon thee. Look upon it. This is the face of a Gemini man up to no good. Ladies, stay woke. Stay woke. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to my channel. As you can tell, it is gym day, right? Excuse. However, let's get down to this mess. Porsha, Simon, Phelan, why y'all got me out in here in these streets defending Porsha Williams? Listen, there's been a lot that's come out, right? Let's look at what we know about the facts, right? The facts and a little bit of speculation, right? Because let me set the table for where I'm about to go. Porsha announced that her and Simon been dating for a month. He's now co-parenting Pilar. They're in love. Baby PJ. They're in love. Dennis is down for it. She has a giant engagement ring that is not Phelan's ring. It just is the same diamond shape. I guess that's a trendy diamond shape, right? Simon is not divorced at all. He is not divorced. They haven't even set the date for the divorce decree to come out. For all of you guys that don't know, when you file for divorce, you have to go in front of the judge. The judge has to issue a decree, which is giving you permission to dissolve the marriage. And then once the decree is entered, it's entered into the record. So there's usually at most, even if everybody agrees, 90 days is the quickest you can get divorced. From the start to the finish. Their trial date is not until, I think the last one is scheduled for November 6th. That could get moved back, right? Simon is a Gemini, Porsha is a Cancer, Phelan is an Aquarius, right? We're just dealing with their sun signs. Porsha is talking about she's never been happier. She is free to be her. She's on Simon's yacht in January posting. So her whole month timeline doesn't add up at all. Simon also has been seeing numerous women, like when he was the same as when he was falling in love with Porsha, the same way he was doing that Dennis did Porsha, right? Let's talk about all this Delilah nonsense that's been going around the internet, because it actually offends me that one, I have to defend Porsha, but two, can we all pick a side on what we think? Everybody got so, at least the people I roll with, got so mad about Drew telling LaToya she got the Delilah spirit. Now everybody's acting like Porsha has a Delilah spirit. Now Porsha does not see boundaries. Porsha is an entrepreneur, so Porsha went for what she knew. She saw a chance to get 40 million. She saw that her erotic currency was fading. Yes, she has access to rich men, but she didn't have access to wealthy men. Or maybe she did, but this wealthy man was ready to move fast and marry her. By all accounts, from Porsha being ecstatic, right? Simon wined and dined her. He went after her like nobody's business. The timeline is not adding up. It looks and appears that Porsha may be expecting. That's probably why she got that 3-episode deal, the same way with Porsha having a baby. The part about her being pregnant is innuendo, but let's talk about the facts. It looks like she was on Simon's boat in January. Him and Phelan were going back and forth, right? Now, him and Porsha are engaged. The divorce is not finalized. That is still Phelan's husband. But like we were saying when LaToya said, if you're separated, you can do what we want. Half of the people, because we didn't like Drew, was like, yeah, you can do what you want. So what is it? Is Simon separated or is he not? Can he do what he wants or can he not do what he wants? But let's get even deeper to that. That spirit of Delilah. Listen, Porsha was dead wrong for breaking bread with Phelan, going to her house, having a beverage, being welcome, and then doing something slide on time. That's, I think, when the line got crossed. If she had just seen Phelan in the club and they had waved, right? You don't know that girl. You're not friends. But she had some type of association. She had some type of affiliation with her, right? I see where the problem is. What Porsha did was low down. You never want to have to be so paranoid that whoever you bring around your mate, you have to worry about them being open to being with them. But let's look at the other side, because we literally are basically feeding into that whole patriarchal Delilah narrative, right? About the fact that Simon was not seduced by Porsha. By all accounts, Simon was out in these streets. By all accounts, Simon would have kept on cheating on Phelan and left her eventually. So what is the issue? The fact that he left with Porsha, or the fact that he left? Because by all accounts, Phelan, your husband was no good. Now, I don't know what happened before the separation, but after the separation, he was in those streets. He obviously pursued Porsha. He obviously wined and dined Porsha. The fact that she was open to it, you can argue it was in bad taste. You can argue it was cold-blooded. You can argue the fact that I hope this works out because you burned down every other friendship bridge. The fact that any other girl that is friends with Porsha that has a husband that is attracted to her or means you're a goddamn fool if you ever bring her around. However, Porsha saw a chance to be taken seriously. She saw the chance to make a come up, and she took it. But what chance did she take? By saying that you can't bring your friends around your men, it's literally to me saying that your men are easily seduced. That your friends are gonna put something on the table that's just so seductive. However, your friends look in a swimsuit. However, another girl looks that way. The fact you can say, okay, if you have it around, right? It's like having cake outside and cake in the house. Are you going to eat it if you're diet? I get it. You don't want friends. But you guys, where do we draw the line? Who is the victim here? Who are we really blaming? Let's actually go into Simon. And again, I'm saying all this shit. I would never be friends with Porsha. I would never have her around. You've proven you can't be trusted. But is there a world where you can actually have people around you and actually be trusted? But then let's get into the whole thing of Simon and what his ulterior motives are with Porsha, right? Simon is a Gemini. He is two-faced. He will go where the wind blows. These are all the negative versions of Gemini. I'm not saying every Gemini is like that. Simon's a Gemini man, in my opinion, besides Cancer men, are the F-boys of the Zodiac. But if you remember, Simon was really, really upset with Phelan. Why was he upset with Phelan? Now, there have been rumors, right? There have been rumors that Phelan has her own money. Simon said it herself. How much money? I don't know. But there have been rumors that since Phelan is also involved in petroleum, and you know her Taurus ass solid bag, right? But there are rumors that because of that, Phelan is worth as much as 20 million. Now, granted, 20 million isn't 40 million. But 20 million is more than enough money to kick a cheating ass ninja to the curb. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's more than enough money that if somebody tries to control you with their 40 million, you look at them and you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna take my 20 million and bounce. Simon with his getting together, splitting apart, saying that they both know they're not perfect, they're equally yoked. Y'all remember that post he posted, I think on Valentine's Day or something, the 7 reasons why, right? Because she's Nigerian, he's Thai. Where's this affinity between Nigerian and Thai culture? Well, girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He was just making up things to explain why he likes girls with curly hair. Like, shut up. And Asian features. Like, shut up, right? But when you actually think about it, right? Simon was angry at Phelan. I think he still is angry at her. I think whatever reason, I don't know if Phelan built that wealth while she was with him or if she already came into the marriage with it. But whatever reason, Phelan had enough money to say, kiss my butt, right? Kiss my butt. You can go do what you want. Whatever the issue was, Simon seems like he was really, really mad about it. He did those lives trying to take dates at Phelan. Phelan, Taurus queen, unbothered. He did this, he did that. Typical Gemini when they're trying to get you. Hit you. Finally, what landed? The perfect opportunity, if you want to call it that, presented itself. Porsha Williams presented, why do I keep calling her Porsha? Let's call her Porsha. Let's give her respect. Porsha, oil tycoon, millionaire's wife, presented herself. Porsha, because she's an unevolved Cancer and she is in love with love, I know she wants to secure a mate that is financially stable. That in itself is not a sin. And it's not a Cancerian trait. Lots of signs are into that. But she's easily seduced with the fairy tale. You saw the way Dennis was in there. Dennis seduced her with lavishness. He seduced her with love bombing her. He seduced her with gaslighting her into thinking she was his everything, right? And at the same time, he was still dating half of Atlanta and giving her bags. And as soon as she got pregnant, you could tell he was shocked, but he'd never stopped doing what he was doing. Same thing with this guy, coming in, love bombing of all these things. Porsha has that fantasy. She wants that fantasies. Then on top of that, she grew up in archetypes that caused her great harm. What are those archetypes? Let's go through it, right? Porsha had a dad. Of course she had a dad, she's human. Porsha had her dad, Porsha had her mom. They were a family, right? Porsha's dad left her mom. He eventually married Lauren's mom. But when he married Lauren's mom, by Porsha's account and Lauren's, there was a marked shift in the amount of attention he gave Porsha. Basically, he did that old school thing, like he got a new family. Shout out to Drew. He got a new daughter, right? New daughter, new wife. Everything else faded to the background. Porsha said how she was so pained of not having her daddy around. Remember when she started crying because Lauren was like, Daddy used to tuck me in all the time and sing me to sleep, whatnot. And Porsha broke down crying. She missed her dad with all her heart. Her sister, who she grew close to, and her stepmom, who by all accounts was very good to her, did not erase the fact that a person that was a constant figure in her life was now completely missing, except for maybe weekends. And even then, she would come into that world. I don't think Porsha realizes, and of course this is armchair, right? This is armchair, take it for what it's worth. But it seems like to me that Porsha grew up idolizing that archetype. When you say, why would she go for another woman's husband? Why would she cross that line? Even the way she said when she saw the tattoos on Dennis's body, and she said on Watch What Happened Live that she licks the tattoos. I think she fits into that archetype where you grew up seeing the other woman built up. The family that you're built with the new woman gets all the love and care, while the old one gets thrown away. I think Porsha does swim, right? Or as you can, toddle like an unevolved crab, right? To actually being the new woman. And if you look at what's happening with Phelan and Simon's situation, Phelan is Porsha's mom, right? Cast out of heaven. And Porsha is now Lauren's mom. Porsha, PJ, is now Lauren. And they're going to have another little baby, allegedly, to make perfect. Again, what Porsha did was low down. What Porsha did was shocking. What Porsha did was opportunistic. I'm not making excuses, but I'm saying let's just go a little bit behind the gossip and actually see if we can understand why she did that. Now, does it make it right? No. Does it make it interesting? I don't know. Does it give me something to talk about with y'all? Hell yeah. Y'all, if you guys are still watching this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 before the end of May. Actually, I want to get to, let's set these intentions. I want to get to 2,000 before May 20th. If you guys can help me, I would appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share on Instagram, share on Facebook, share with your friends. Somebody got to find you amusing, But anyway, let's get back to this, right? I just feel like when it comes, because here's the thing. When we talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, we talk this. I'll be honest with you, I don't know these people. Kenya might be the the Wicked Witch of the West. Porsha might be a lily lamb that we all love. I don't know. I just know that they represent archetypes. And the reason people go so hard for these people and the stan culture is because we see ourselves, or we see the parts of ourselves we wish we had, or the parts of ourselves that we have expressed that we either had a negative or positive reaction to, and we identify with these archetypes. This is sociology at its best. Now that said, let's get back to the mess, right? But this is elevated mess. This one is elevated mess, right? And I talked about this on my live last night. Y'all get in on my lives. It was actually really, really fun. It was my first ever live. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Tyra, RB, or is it RK? RB or RK. There were so many people that, I gotta give you guys shout outs. There were so many people that joined. Thank you so much. It was a great live. I can't wait to do more. But back to my point, right? Back to my point. So Simon, because this is the thing, he seems like he's super, super emotionally abusive. How do I know this? Because the way he will do the most messed up things and then be like, but love and light, love and light. I don't know him, but every time I've seen somebody do that, they are very, very abusive. They come, they punch you, and you're like, why'd you punch me? And they're like, oh, it's God's will, love and light, only live one life. Those are the slogans of someone that lives their life recklessly, right? You only have one life. Go for what you want. That is true. But when you live your life recklessly, it's like, go for what you want. But can we make sure that we keep the collateral damage down? But Simon didn't want to keep the collateral damage down. Porsha is starting to talk like Simon, act like Simon, even her voice. Now, I know y'all would say, oh, yeah. Porsha becomes everybody she dates. Tordell wanted a churchy girl that didn't mind. Him only wanted to sleep with her 6 times a year, allegedly, right? That's what he got. Dennis wanted, hot girl summer, Atlanta. That's what he got. Phelan's husband, I keep saying Phelan's husband, is presenting himself as somebody that wants somebody's evolution. And that's what she's trying to present. But that also tells me that he's had talks to her about her hopes and her dreams. She feels secure enough with them. She feels safe. She feels happy and in love for really in love. That type of love that comes when somebody makes you feel safe, secure, heard, listened to, and showers you, right? Showers you with attention, showers you with affection, showers you with gifts, showers you with whining and dining. It is the whole package, right? Simon has learned a lot about Porsha. He has gained a lot about Porsha, right? And Simon is using that to lure her in. You know that thing about find out what somebody's fairy tale is, right? And then pull them in with that fairy tale. I think that's what Simon did with Porsha. Again, she was wrong for doing it, but let's not forget that there are actually 2 victims here. There is Phelan, right? But Phelan knew the man she married. And there's also, to a certain extent, Porsha, in the fact that Porsha wants a better life. She wants to be loved. She wants to do all this. She overstepped bounds 100%. But she saw her shot at a lottery ticket, It's like in those movies when you see a lottery ticket going bad. She was going to fight to see if she could actually get that lottery ticket. But let's look at what Porsha gains from being with Simon. First of all, it looks like that he's into prenups, right? Because Phelan's prenup looked airtight. Now, he might invest in her. He might help her for business. He might give her legitimacy because, I guess he's an oil tycoon, 40 million wealthy in his own. That's not even considering the rest of his family's money. He might even give her, some type of legitimacy in these corporate world. He might be able to fund her if she pursues an acting career, right? If she takes modeling, she moves away from the Real Housewives of Atlanta and tries to become more respectable. Now, listen, that'll be a big mistake. We'll talk about that later because it's like, who knows how long this is going to last. But this is what Simon brings to Porsha. A lot of gifts, a lot of bags. If she has a baby, the baby will have secured a future, right? Which is always important. But a lot of gifts, a lot of bags, not access to his money, but you can get access to the money through the child. All right. What does Simon get? If you guys have been on Simon's YouTube, and if you guys were on my live last night, I was on, not his YouTube, you would know I was on Simon's Instagram. Simon is parched. Simon is thirsty. I honestly think that Simon's the one that pushed Phelan up, right? To actually be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because Phelan's kind of faded out. She's just like, okay, like whatever, right? Simon is in love with himself. He thinks he looks like a leading man. He thinks he has the best style. He's always posting selfies in the gym, even though, what are you doing in the gym besides getting a peanut butter smoothie when you need to just go hit the weight rack, right? He wants notoriety. He wants to raise his star. He wants to be famous like most rich or wealthy people do, right? Rich want to be famous. Famous want to be rich. This is what Simon gets. Simon is using her just like Dennis used her. When Dennis saw Porsha, he saw her coming. He saw he just had to wine, dine, and unevolved cancer, tell her what she wanted to hear, even if that wasn't the case, right? And then, because did we know about the hot dog man? Did we know about Dennis's hot dogs? No. If I ever go to Atlanta, I will 100% go stop by Dennis's hot dogs, right? And then as soon as he had no more use for her, as soon as his star risen, as soon as all the girls in Atlanta was like, oh, he's with Porsha, let me take another look at him, right? As soon as his face was known all over Atlanta in every circle, not just the circles he ran in, then he kicked Porsha to the side, had her losing her mind in therapy. Now, I can see to Porsha, Simon would see it. Forget Simon, let's act like she didn't disrespect Phelan and her household and break gold code, right? But imagine if Porsha just met Simon. Simon is a cheater. Simon is a liar. Simon is vindictive, right? In that place, her and Simon are equally yoked, as they like to say, right? But we also have to remember that Simon wants fame, Simon wants to be known, and Simon wants everybody in America to know his face. It's not enough that he's on Instagram posting thirst traps of him in his private plane, him and his tequila, him and his Ferrari, him and his watch. What do you think he's doing that for? You think he loves Ferrari? You think he loves his watch? You think he loves tequila? He's doing that quite simply, my darling, because he wants to know, listen, it ain't tricking if I got it. These are the type of relationships he wants. When he says that Herm and Porsha tick all the boxes, what are those boxes? He wants eye candy that can elevate him. He wants eye candy that can elevate him. Phelan was eye candy. I don't know where the joke is, but I don't know. But I know right now, he wants eye candy that can elevate him. Porsha ticks all those boxes. Now, y'all can say, yo, Phelan was dumb for having Porsha in her house, and maybe she was, but y'all, what are we gonna do? Never love another woman in her house? Never have close friendships? Because honestly, who cares if they're in the house? What, y'all never go into group dinners? Because he can, play footsie under the table. What, y'all never gonna have any other women around your men? Is that the plan? Is that the plan? Instead of thinking maybe we need to have more trustworthy men. Do you see what I'm saying? Because men don't have this problem with women. I mean, some do. Not gonna say, everybody's an angel, but what are we talking about here? What is the end? What is the game plan? And to feed in that narrative is to feed into the Delilah narrative that a woman seduces a man. When the truth is, you got a dog, and even if you keep him on the short leash, the dog's still gonna find something to pee on as it is, right? Honestly, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Am I wrong to defend Porsha? When I'm defending Porsha, I'm defending the fact of, even though she had ill intentions, she is still going to be a victim of Simon. And I'm actually really worried because Dennis almost gave her a nervous breakdown. Speaking of Dennis, right? Money makes people do strange things. The fact that Dennis is smoking cigars with them, the fact that Dennis was smelling, the fact that Dennis said, congratulations, P. Now Dennis knows that he has to stay on Porsha's good side because Porsha is where the money resides. Porsha's where the money resides, right? A lot of people are going to start realizing that, and Porsha's star is going to be elevated. I just hope that she doesn't turn into a Sonia Morgan. I don't see this lasting long, but that said, I am not wishing ill on her. I hope this lasts as long as she wants it to. I really honestly do. And you never know, maybe I'm cynical. Cue Alexa Baby says, love makes things happen. Maybe I am cynical. Maybe it's whatever, but I really think that we need to start looking at, since these are archetypes, what Porsha represents. Somebody that fed into patriarchy, someone that uses her erotic currency, but at the end of the day, she's just as much a victim of patriarchy as everyone else. Now, before I know, yes, she can't come to my house. No, I don't want her around the man, but we need to stop trying to fit ourselves into these narrow archetypes and realize that everybody's a victim in the situation. And Simon's the villain in the situation, Let me show y'all. Simon is the villain. Y'all want somebody to blame? I'll tell you who to blame, right? I'll show you who to blame. I'll show you who to blame. If you want somebody to blame, look upon thee. Look upon it. This is the face of a Gemini man up to no good. Ladies, stay woke. Stay woke. We already have one down. He's coming for you. Stay woke.